Hey folks, and welcome to the Pipnotic Symposium from the 1st of July 2021. Today we're going to have a look at gold. We'll focus on gold crossed with the American dollar. So looking here on the monthly chart, you can see that we're trading pretty nicely above this very important high. And this is an important high because it was very clear that when price moved up into this area here, I don't have any data historically that we retreated from it. We moved further lower. Okay, and we have a lot of interesting areas that are located just at this area that I'm going to mark off like so. So we had something like this, and this is an important area because it was tested several times in the past. And notice that we had these white candles forming just below it, and price went above, and price came down and retested those. So now these are the demand that is holding price. But also note that we are starting to print lower highs, and so that is making me feel as if this is going to continue to move lower. If we also look at the histogram, we're being told that the flows into this instrument from the bullish side was slowing down, and you can see that quite clearly here. Okay, we had the the red dots, which are telling us that we should be careful buying. We should potentially look for some kind of a retracement, and you can see that this is potentially what's setting up. So if we have a look on the weekly chart, we have a couple of interesting areas. I'm just going to zoom out a little, or a lot rather, and you can see that we had a very difficult time moving. Okay, the software found this for me. Nice. Moving beyond this area here. Say it was fallen, price went down. This is the area that was tested. The slingshot was pulled back here. Price tested it, went through it, went to almost to the base of this demand. This area removed it. This is what was tested. Price came down. We tested it a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, a sixth time, a seventh time, and an eighth time. And now this area is gone. And so when you see something like this, then you have to, oops, wrong button. You have to ask yourself the question, what area removed it? Well, you can see that we had this area. This is the move. So this is the origin of the move. Let me draw a line. This is the move that moved through this area here. If I just mark that off like so. Okay, so the slingshot was pulled back to here. This is where we onboarded the buyers, which drove price through that level. And so this is an interesting area for that reason. And you can actually see that this is the demand. It was tested once. Price went a little bit deeper. So a liquidity exploration occurring at this level. We pull back. We accumulated for 1, 2. Oh, that's a tough one for the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. We rallied, accumulated, rallied, accumulated, rallied. The slingshot was pulled back once. Price revisited that, and so this is the first area that we'll probably see price react at. It's been tested 2 times almost. The beginning of the buy zone is here. So a little bit lower. This one here, so I can't even read what that says, but just above the 1433. And so we can expect price to react here. Okay, below that we have this area just down here. But this is the one that's currently in play. Another one I really like, which is really far away, is this one. Okay, this is a very beautiful area. The anatomy of this move is spectacular. The departure, the buy zone, it's very nice. This is just a very beautiful area here. So when price comes down to here to the 1114, then this is a very, very clear buy signal. Okay, so what we can see now a little bit closer to price is we have a few things going on. So we had this area here. This is not a pretty area because price traded in this area quite a lot. And when price moves up and down in an area a lot, okay, I'll try that again. Something happened there. So when price trades up and down in the area quite a lot, well, that normally makes the liquidity go down. So the amount of liquidity in an area goes down, as price kind of trades in it like this, because price is having to move a little bit higher to find the sellers and a little bit lower to find the bids. Okay, so price doing this kind of pushes the price sensitive areas further away from price. And so when price comes down to it, we're going to need to go a little bit deeper than some of the lows that form this base. Okay, and price rightfully so just went a little bit deeper. Rather, it went on the negative side of this area here. If we extend that over, it looks like that. So price went quite low in this area. So when this happens, well, this is telling us that we probably have less liquidity here. So the liquidity here is going down. Okay, so this is also telling us that we need to look lower. So looking lower, what do we have? We have a few things. We had a turning point here. Price came up, we turned, we rallied, we accumulated, we rallied. This one has been tested. Okay, this is also at the bottom of the area, so this is a price sensitive area. Okay, and then we have another one here, but this didn't really do it. This did not remove an area that did any real damage. Okay, this is the one that removed this one or finished it out. The origin of the move is down here, and so I'm thinking that we have this below price, we have this one, and for the time being, price is trading above both of these areas. Okay, so we have something going on in here where we have price moving sideways. This is probably a 4-hour area. Let me zoom in a little. Okay, so price formed this area, we moved below it. When price left here, we removed this one, which was tested several times. You see that we had the plate of pancakes. The top one's gone, the middle one's gone, the bottom one's gone. This one tore through it. Okay, so this area is removed. So if we were to draw an area here, like so, well, then you'd say, well, what area removed it? It was actually, it was something in here. So the ultimate one is here. So this is kind of the origin of the move that moved it. Something like this. Okay, and now this one is gone, and the one that removed it is this one here. So move this over here. Okay, but this is, again, like we saw in the previous example, there's a lot of trading in this area. So up and down, all these white candles. What's that doing? Well, that's making liquidity in the area go down. And so the more price sensitive areas are going to be below this area here. So here we have the area, the price sensitive areas are going to be a little bit lower. And looking at this, if we zoom in a little bit, let's go like this to the 4-hour chart, just have a closer look. Okay, what we can see here, you see a lot going on. Okay, here's this area, the white candle, the slingshot. So this is where the trade was. Right here at the slingshot here, it pulled back, price came close, we came back to it, and now it's gone. So this one's done. The area that removed it is which one? It's this one here. This has been tested once, twice, 3 times, and now it's gone. Okay, the area that did it is, well, there's something in here, but we can't see. But let me zoom a second. So we have that. Okay, so there was something in here that did it. You can't really see this on this time frame, but there's a wick there, and we have a respect for this area. Let me zoom this in a little so you can see. Okay, so we had the wick here. This is telling us we have a continuation pattern on the smaller time frames. There's probably an hourly area just here. Tested, removed by this. This is not a super good area. Why? Because again, there's a lot of testing, there's a lot of trading in that area, so the liquidity is going to be lower. The slingshot, remove this. The slingshot was pulled down to here. So this is this price sensitive area on a not terribly attractive area. So this is probably where price is going to go. We had a test, deeper test, and price kind of respected that area for quite a period of time, and now this area is gone. So the question is, what area removed this one? Well, this one has been removed by the 4-hour area that you can see just here. And when you look at this, Can you say that, wow, this is a beautiful area of supply? Can you say, well, that's a really pretty area of supply? I mean, the very clear answer to that question is no, it's not. Because again, we have a lot of trading here. What does that mean? It makes liquidity go down. And so we're going to see price sensitivity above it. Okay, this is also, as you can see here, this is divergence playing out very, very clearly, where we have lower prices, but the strengths of these two assets relative to each other, gold versus the American dollar, is changing, where we're seeing gold picking up relative to the American dollar in the face of a very strong dollar at the moment. Okay, and so we're seeing this happening, and so we're probably going to rebalance this price and efficiency here. Okay, so we're going to be looking for some reference points using the same protocol as we did just a minute ago. So our buy and sell zone analysis, and we're going to be looking for areas that are responsible for consuming valid areas, and we have those. We have this one here. We have respect for this area here that was removed. Let's look a little bit further left. So we had this one here. Let's just box this off because this is like a big area. Okay, price left, removing whatever is over here to the left. Slingshots pull back, and then we move down, we move away. Okay, so now this one is gone. Okay, and so the area that removed that is this one here. Okay, price rallied, we removed this area here, we traded above it. Slingshot was pulled back and we went higher, but now this one is gone, and what area removed it? This one. So this is where we would expect price to react in the future, right here at the 1813. Keep in mind we have a liquidity void above that. Okay, so this is telling us that price could easily move through this, because when you see a liquidity void like that, that means there is a lack of liquidity. Okay, thin liquidity. What happened? What does price do? In price inefficiencies, it moves through them very quickly. Okay, some price can easily move up to here, and it can easily move up to here. So we'll probably get a small reaction here, and then if you're into chart patterns, which I'm not, we might have like a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, and then a continuation higher to test this area, which was tested once, twice, 3 times, and now it's gone. Okay, and this again is not a nice area because look at all the trading here. So you want to look above that, and that brings our attention to this. There's a small counter here, so there's a micro supply here, so we could see a reaction there. So we do have a couple of areas to watch out for. We have the 1810, and we have this one up here, which I cannot see yet. Let me put a rectangle on there. This is a tiny area, so this will be like an intraday. And the thing that's interesting about this is it's above this sideways price movement. So if we have a look on the 1 hour chart, maybe it looks a little bit more interesting. And it doesn't, you know, I mean, we have this, which was tested, it's gone. The area that did it is this. So we do have a tiny little area there, the 1875-ish, or what is it? The 1870 area, 1874. So we do have a couple of areas to watch. And we saw, and you do the same thing. I shan't do this for you. I'm just trying to show you the method. But you can do the same analysis and walk your way up here and see if there's something up here that's interesting. Okay, we had this one here, which is tested. It was removed by this one. Price went through it. Price came down to this one. This one has now been removed by what? By this one. But is this a nice area? No, a lot of trading. So you want to look above that. You want to look above that. Price has not yet been there. We have this one up here, which is essentially the origin. This is the apex, the peak. Okay, the slingshot was pulled back, and then we released and we removed all of these micro demand here. So we do have this as well above. Okay. And so if we have a look on, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Keep it nice and simple. So a few areas to watch. Remember that we do have positive divergence. So price is likely going to move through these price inefficiencies and fill these, or rebalance this price inefficiency, these liquidity voids, bringing price closer to the origins of the moves that are responsible for removing opposing demand. Okay, I hope that wasn't too confusing. If it was, let me know, and I'll be sure to help explain. Thanks again for watching.